female neighbor had molested me. I had attempted suicide by age 7.
Hi everyone, my name is Fola from the Social Boss Creator, and today I have in the studio a beautiful woman, Mrs. Laseinde-Owolabi. She is a wife, a mother, and an educator. I'm going to let her do a quick introduction of herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Adejoke, like she said. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Adejoke. I am an author, I'm a speaker, I'm an educator, and I work with parents. I help move parents from stress and overwhelm to building intentional family systems where you can build a lasting legacy while raising wholesome and impactful children as well. And two of my strongest beliefs about parenting is that the quality of your healing determines the quality of the parenting environment that you can actually provide for your children. I also think that if we're going to solve the world's most pressing problems, we do need to focus on the family system.
That's very true.
Well.
That's very true. Beautiful. And I know that you are also the founder of the Parenting Academy.
Yes, I am. The Conscious Parent Academy.
Oh, the Conscious Parent Academy. Thank you. So tell me, what prompted this Parenting Academy? Is there like a personal story to it that you would love to share?
For sure. Thank you for that. So there are actually two things. There are two answers that I'm going to give.
Okay.
One is I had something happen when I was around 9 years old that really sealed this in for me. And I think my interest in parenting has just grown since then. And so I remember there was this time that I summoned the courage to talk to my mom about some of the things I was experiencing. And I had mentioned to her that a female neighbor had molested me. At the time, I didn't mention to her that I had attempted suicide by age 7. I didn't mention to her that I was really struggling with suicidal ideations or suicidal thoughts. I was really depressed and anxious and all these things. So I really didn't tell her all the things because I also didn't have the words to describe those things. I really didn't understand what was happening. And so I just said, oh, this person did this, because I was really testing, wanting to see how, what the response would be. And she was quite angry, and I eventually had to apologize and say, oh, mommy, I won't do that again.
You had to apologize.
I had to apologize. And it's the reason why I always would share that story is because my mom loves me to the moon and back. I grew up in a very happy family. I grew up in a beautiful home. My parents loved me. I was my mom's, first child, and so I had a lot of things going for me. But the thing is, I was really struggling, and it wasn't noticeable to people around me. And that's why I really use, for instance, in my book, I do talk about how that parents should love their children with knowledge. Generally, we love our children,
Absolutely.
But many times when we don't have the knowledge, we find that the children would then go down paths that are avoidable. There are many things that knowledge would help us solve, that children then have to come into adulthood and begin to walk through this process of healing and reparenting, and not everybody gets there, unfortunately.
Wow. And this happened at what age?
The conversation I had was around age 9, but my suicide attempt was way before I was age 7, so it was quite early. I've walked a very interesting journey, and that's for me one of the reasons why I extend my life as a warm embrace to everybody who's walking or has walked a difficult journey in life. The other part to that story is, for the past 7 years, my husband and I have worked in the mental health space. So we've had the opportunity to work with parents and children. We've seen, for instance, children that are 8 years old, for instance, struggling with sex addictions, 12-year-olds, drug addictions, robbery.
Wow.
So we've seen, and right in this community, and children that look like us in many cases. And so it's quite interesting because it's easy as parents to be in our bubbles, right, where you have everything going on for you and you don't see these things, because the society is not going to scream about these things on the rooftop, right? Like, it's when you're in those systems that you really do see what's happening. And so these are the people that our children go to school with. These are the people that, when they get older, they're going to work with, they're going to get married to in many cases. And so I do think this is something that we should all be paying attention to. So the academy, for instance, is not coming from a place of what should we do. It's coming from a place of we have a crisis on our hands, and we all have to rise up to ensure that we can build, the next generation.
This is deep.